My name is Aimee Shouse. I'm the Dean of the College of Arts, Letters, and Sciences at Southwest Minnesota State University. I would say that my least favorite subject in school was PE. So I was one of the smart girls. I liked my academic courses. I loved history. I loved social studies. That's what I ended up going into. I got my doctorate in political science, so I must have really liked social studies. But in terms of just the day, going through my day and which course that I think, I've got to go to that course, it probably was PE. And I'm not particularly athletic. I never was really into sports. I enjoy watching them, but I'm not an athletic person myself. But so I always felt like I couldn't excel. And I was used to doing well. I was used to, being somebody who made A's in classes, which is probably why I went on to graduate school. I've never finished school, right? I'm still working at a university. I love it. But when you went into something where it required physical activities, that was a very different requirement for doing well. And so I felt like I'm not really well equipped to do this. I'm going to look ridiculous. I'm going to be sick, if I have to run 2 miles or something like that. So I never enjoyed it. And I guess I sort of dreaded it. And that probably, unfortunately, has carried through until well into my adulthood, So to me, I'll go to the Y, and that's because I need to, and it helps keep me healthy and helps build my strength. But yeah, I did not particularly enjoy PE, in high school. I have really been fortunate to go to a lot of interesting places for vacation. I've been able to go overseas. My brother lives in Japan, so I've been able to go there, and I've been to Europe a couple of times. But I think probably the best vacation is one where I didn't have to do anything. So when I was a kid, I was probably a senior in high school. My family rented a houseboat on Table Rock Lake, which is in southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, and I'm originally from Arkansas. And there was really nothing to do but just hang out on the boat, to read. We had a ski boat that we tied up to it, so you could water ski. You could just jump off the boat and go swimming if you wanted to. It's a beautiful lake. It's different from Minnesota lakes, but it's still very beautiful. And I just remember that being a time when all the family came together, that it was just a relaxing vacation. And now with my children, they both like going to cities for vacation, and I tend to do what the family wants and to give in on that. So we go places where we're busy the whole time. And so I keep saying I want a relaxing vacation. I want a vacation like when I went to Table Rock Lake, where I just sat around and read and relaxed, because I think life is busy as it is. So it's nice to be able to just sit back and enjoy a place, which is what I did. So it wasn't interesting like we were going to museums, and which I've done, and we weren't going to historical sites. It was just a place to relax, to me, which is what a vacation ought to be. I don't like giving advice, although in my job, I think that's what I'm called to do a lot of times. So people come in and they need some information, they need some advice, they need my expertise to give them some information about how they could carry something out or succeed at something. And I guess I do it, and I think I do it pretty well, but I always worry. It's like, I think making decisions about your life are complicated, and they're multifaceted. So a lot of times if I think about my own decision making, I don't know that I could explain to everybody every factor that went into that decision. So to me, when somebody comes in and they want advice, I probably ask way too many questions, because I want to know what those factors are that are going into their own decision making, because I don't want to mislead people, or I don't want to give them advice that would be good for me but wouldn't necessarily be good for them. So I worry. I think I worry about doing what's right by people, helping them. I'm sort of a fixer, so somebody comes in, even just they want to complain or talk about something, I always feel like I have to fix it. So I'm probably more comfortable with fixing than I am with advice, and that's a thin line between those two things. But advice, I think it puts some responsibility on the person giving advice. I feel like I want to be helpful, and I would always feel bad if I gave advice that wasn't very good based on one of the factors or many of the factors that I may just not be aware about. So I do think when somebody comes in for advice, it gives me an opportunity to get to know them, ask them questions about the situation, what kinds of things are going into this decision. Then I think I give better advice. So like I said, I think I do a pretty good job, but probably because I worry so much that this is meaningful. This is something that affects somebody's decision and the path that they're going to be on. So I try to take it very, very seriously.